My name is Candido Camero Guerra Camero from my father's side and Guerra from my mother's side. And the reason I was mentioning them because I feel very lucky and very proud of them.
When were you born?
I was born April 22nd, 1921 in Havana, Cuba, and the neighborhood they call El Cerro. That's me. It's something like a little hero, El Cerro. Entonces, my friend Arsenio Rodriguez, who played the tres. The tres is a Cuban lead guitar. Entonces grabó y recording El Cerro tiene la llave. That's me. El Cerro tiene the keys. And he told me that tune gonna be famous, and that's exactly what happened. El Cerro tiene la llave, and because I'm from the Cerro, so I feel like I'm the one who have the keys.
Please tell the story of how your father made you your first instrument.
When I was 4 years old, I was in a school, in a kindergarten, and I told my father I would like to become a musician, but I would like to play the bongos. I was about 4 years old. So he told me, well, I don't have enough money to buy you a pair of bongo, but I can make you something look like a bongo, sound like a bongo. So he got 2 empty cans, the condensed milk, and put a skin, and that was my bongos when I was 4 years old. When I was coming from the school, my mother was making the lunch, and I was banging on the table in the meantime when she was preparing the lunch for her. So my mother used to tell me, stop that, you're gonna have your hands. And my father, my grandfather, he was telling her, let him play because someday he's gonna be famous all over the world. And I think he was right, because I'm here today, this is part of the world. And I hope I can keep coming more and more and more, because I enjoy very much the people nights, and they treat me like king, and that made me feel like at least once a year to come to with the children, the oldest one, and make me feel very happy.
What was your first professional job?
I was 14 years old. I was playing that time, I was playing the bass. Yeah. And we have a conjunto, they call Gloria Habanera. And I was 14 years old. That was my first job, professional. I call it professional because that's the first time I did a job and I get paid. And they give me 5 pesos. And when I got home, my father, he asked me, you get paid? I said, yes. How much? I said, 5 pesos, $5, you know. So I said, for that 5 pesos, you give your mother $3 and $2 for you. And that's the way I learned, you know, to how to take care of my family, you know. My father, he taught me to play the tres. The tres is a Cuban lead guitar. My grandfather taught me how to play the bass. And my uncle, from my mother's side, he taught me how to play the bongos. And then, since then, I've been all over the world. Thank God I played with all the big names on show business, like Tony Bennett, Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis, Lena Horne, Billie Holiday, and in Latin field, I played with Miguelito Valdez, Celia Cruz, Olga Guillot, Xiomara Alfaro, Marco Rizzo. He was arranger for the show A Los Lucy for many, many, many years. I worked with him too, Marco Rizzo, Chico Farrell, everyone, the big names in every field. And the pop, Tony Bennett, on American jazz field with Charlie Parker, Dizzy Gillespie, Stan Kenton, Earl Garner. It's on and on and on. The list that I have from all the people I work with since 1946 until present is by 100 people on that list. The list look like a telephone book.
When did you come to the United States and why?
July 4th, 1946. Not too long ago. It was an anniversary.
Why did you come?
I came with the dance team, Carmen and Rolando. They the one brought me here to United States. July 4th, 1946.
Now, were you playing two drums at the same time? Was that when you began to use the two?
I start with one.
Start with one.
Yeah, then I changed to two, and now I play three.
Okay.
And that idea, they play three conga drums. I have that idea from a timpani player on the symphony orchestra. Yeah.
So you tuned, how did you tune the three drums?
Well, three notes, re, do, la. So that's why I'll be able to play melody, like a piano. And I enjoy very much, and the people enjoy also very much. So it's beautiful, beautiful. It's different, beautiful, new, and that took me all over the world.
Who was Joe Cuba?
He's a good friend of mine. He was a good friend of mine, and good conga player also. Yes. It's too bad that he died so soon. I mean, so young, because he was good, very good, and very known, very well known all over the world. Joe Cuba, yeah.
Now, one of your first jazz gigs was with Billy Taylor. Could you tell us the story of how you got to play with Billy Taylor?
When I was in a Palladium ballroom in New York, I went to listen to Tito Puente and Machito and his Afro-Cuban. So a friend of mine introduced me to them. And then Dizzy Gillespie, he asked me if I ever play jazz. I said, no, but I have the feeling and I like it and I would like to try. So he took me to Billy Taylor place when he was playing there at Downbeat Club. And Dizzy Gillespie asked Billy Taylor, can you let him play one set with you? I would like to hear him because I'm looking for conga player. That was after Chano Pozo got killed. So Billy Taylor said, sure, why not? So when I played with Billy Taylor, Dizzy liked so much what he heard and what he see. So say, he told me something about mañana. I mean, he was telling me to go on the road with him the next day. So mañana, it happened. I don't understand what he was telling me about mañana. So next day I went to the Downbeat Club. So then Billy Taylor asked me to want to stay. I said yes. So he signed me for a year and a half. Then Wynton Kelly, who was a piano player for Dizzy Gillespie sent him to my house. He said, you're supposed to go with us. I said, why? I said, well, what Dizzy told you. He said, mañana, so that's what I'm here today. This is mañana. So I stayed there a year and a half. So when I finished, then I went with Dizzy Gillespie on the road. Yeah, for a long time, yeah.
Why did you like playing with Billy Taylor?
Why?
Why did you like to play with
Oh,
Billy?
yeah, he was a real gentleman, and a great musician, and everybody loved him. Yes, it was beautiful, beautiful association. And when I finished with him at the Downbeat Club, he had a job in Detroit. So he asked me if I want to go. I said yes. So we make the whole trip from New York and Detroit back and forth by car, and we managed because he not speak one word in English, and I no vice versa. He not speak one word in Spanish, and I don't speak one word in English. But we make the country and the trip back and forth.
Now, why do you think jazz musicians, why is it so easy for you to play jazz?
Why is it easy? Because I enjoy it and I like it. It's a good music and good feeling, and it just started in New Orleans, the Dixieland, with Lionel Hampton, Louis Armstrong, and many others, big names on the jazz field. And I always listen on the radio from Cuba. I always like to listen to jazz, and when I got to the United States, I said, oh, this is good because I'm going to be able to listen and maybe we play with them. And that's exactly what happened. Very happy, very proud.
You've played with many jazz musicians. I want to ask you about two, because they're very different. One was Stan Kenton.
Oh, Stan Kenton, he was what they call a progressive jazz. He was a head, like they call a head of the ideas of play jazz. And then they have Congas. Also, he was good and different. And there are so many different bands. The good, different, they all have their own style.
Well, Stan Kenton is very exact. When you played with him, did you have to read the arrangement, or did he just let you play?
Since I was born until now, I don't know nothing but do, re, mi. I was going by the ear, by the radar. Yeah, I just listened to the arrangement, and then I learned the arrangement, and that worked. Yeah.
And you also played a little bit with Charlie Parker.
Oh wow, Charlie Parker! I met him the Berlin in New York City, and he used to call me Dido. So, she said, Dido, this, Dido, that, this. I played with him, and I never get tired of thinking how good that was. He and Dizzy Gillespie, both of them. And then they added me on the trio, and that was the combination. Yeah. Dizzy Gillespie, Charlie Parker, myself.
Wow. Many stories about Charlie Parker. What do you remember about Charlie Parker, the musician? Was he as great a musician as people said?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. For me, it was the number one. Until now, it's no, not one yet can I would say sound like him. Not one, not yet. They're all good, different sound, different personality. Everything, but Charlie Parker was number one. Yeah.
And what about Dizzy? Dizzy is also a very good
musician. They both was good, because the only thing that Dizzy would play trumpet and Charlie Parker would play saxophone, alto saxophone. He was the first one to play fiberglass saxophone in 1952. I never saw it before. I never seen it before. I said, wow. For me, it was looking like a toy, but when he was playing, it was something else.
Now, can you talk to us a little bit about the Palladium, which is no longer in New York? What was that like? Were there bands there every night, crowds?
No, only weekends.
Only weekends.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. and they used to call the horn the mambo. And everyone on the Latin field play at the Palladium.
And who were some of the artists that you heard there that you liked?
That I like? Everyone.
Everyone?
Yeah, different style, you know, different personality, different style. Everyone.
Do you think Latin music and Latin jazz has become more popular over the years?
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. That was a combination, Stan with Machito, he's Afro-Cuban, and Stan Kenton. Yes. Because Stan Kenton used to use to record the Machito rhythm session. Yeah. And they have good musicians, very good musicians, both of them. Big band.
How do the Latin musicians today sound to you, like musicians like Eddie Palmieri?
Eddie Palmieri was good, very good. And his brother, Charlie Palmieri, Eddie Palmieri, they're the new generation, but they're good, very good, yeah.
Do you think that Latin rhythms can be taught? It's something you can learn, or is it something you have to feel?
Well, first, like you say, you have to feel to play like Latin music. It's a different feeling, but you have to feel. There is the beat is different, like the jazz feel. And the rhythm session, the beat was a little bit different. That's what makes it so great.
For people who want to hear the music, who should they listen to? Which artist from the past or the present would you recommend that they listen to?
Well, the only thing that time and now too, if you want to learn and to create something over there, they have to buy records. And I think that's the best idea. Yeah.
Do you think that artists like Bobby Sanabria are helping to share the music, spread the music now?
Yeah, Bobby Sanabria. Yeah, I play with him a lot. He's very young, very intelligent, and very devoted to music. All kind of music, as long as a good music. And we're very good friends. I play with him a lot. I record with him a lot. And that almost, I was, since 1958, he be celebrating my birthday every year, since 1958. Different places, like Palladium, Lincoln Center, and a lot of places, yeah.
Now you are here this weekend to work with some young students. These are young people, 15, 16, 17 years old. Why do you think music education is important? Because
the music is the international language, and that's the only way, especially musicians, they have the communication. You take one which is partitura, one place or the music, and you take that paper all over the world, and they all play the same. So that's what they call the international language. No matter where you go with the piano part or the bass part, the trumpet part, any part of the music, you go all over the world, and they all different nationality, but they're going to play the same and sound the same.
So do you think learning to play music makes a person better?
Well, it depends on how they feel and how they think. Yes, but I always tell them, stay away from Beethoven stay away from bad company and stay away from bad company. Bad habit, bad company. I have another thing. Bad habit, bad company, and
you can talk.
What is it?
You always say false inspirations.
I mean?
False inspirations.
Oh yeah. False inspiration. That's me. The use of drug. That's what I call false inspiration. Yeah, right. Thank you.
Do you think what Jose Diaz is doing at the Diaz Music Institute is important?
I mean?
Do you think Jose Diaz's work here in Houston is important?
Very important.
Why?
Yeah. Well, because beautiful, different, and new. Very important. Yeah.
You are 93 years old.
93. Thank God. I thank my mother and father. I thank God, and I thank all the people. Everywhere I go, they make me feel that way. Very, very lucky, very proud. Never since I was born, never drink, never smoke, and never use drug. Because I say everything is no good for me, it's not necessary. I believe that very, very, very strong.
You have seen many changes in your life, many changes in the world. Do you think the world is better now or it's worse?
Well, that's a good question, because I always think the only way, and I don't think gonna be possible to have a bad language for the whole world. That's the only thing that I think all the time. But I know that's going to be impossible. But that would make everything better. Yeah. Oh yeah. People to understand each other. Use the same language. But that's the way I feel. But like I say in English, to each his own.
You have also seen many changes in technology, radio, TV, the internet. Do you think life was better when it was simple, or do you like all the technology?
Well, the technology is always a progress. And sometimes it's for good and sometimes for bad. But it's like a progress, something different. Like the internet, something like that. Before they have internet, everything was in time. But now with all the technology now, everything is, right away, 1, 2, 3, cha-cha-cha.
What is the secret for staying alive for so many years?
How do I feel?
No, what is your suggestion if someone says, I would like to live to be 93, what do we have to do to live many years?
Take it easy on life. Take it easy on life. Don't rush, because even the people before they born, they have to wait nine months. So if they have a passion, everything going to be fine. Yeah.
Is it difficult in life when you see so many of your friends leave?
Yes, very difficult.
How do you deal with that? Is it something you think about, or you just say, "Oh, it's part of life"?
No, I say sometimes it's a natural thing, natural, and sometimes they force that, And that's I feel very bad. Whoever think the faster way is better, it's not. It's not. I say, before I was born, I had to wait 9 months. So that's why I'm here, thank God, today, in Houston, Texas.
Are you optimistic about the future of mankind? Do you think we are going to survive, or are we going to destroy ourselves?
No, I don't think so. No, not destroy. Well, all depends. All depends. All depends. If people get together, that will be fine. You know, have the same idea, more or less, but the same idea for something good, not for something bad.
But music is the universal language,
Right, right. That's what I say, and I believe it. You're right, right.
What are some of the countries you've visited that you've enjoyed?
That I enjoy?
The countries that you've been to that you've enjoyed. What countries?
Everyone, especially, well, when I got here, I was 25 years old. And thank God, now I'm 23 years old. So now you have the answer there. Yeah.
What else do you do besides listen to and play music? Do you have any hobbies? Do you have any interests outside of music?
Go and watch baseball.
Baseball? What team?
Well, if you are leaving New York for so many times, I'm not going to leave the Yankees behind.
Did you play baseball when you were young?
I used to play in Cuba in the school.
What position?
Catcher.
Catcher.
And forward on the bat. They used to call me in Spanish limpia base. That's me. I was always clean the bases when they have a loading bases.
Have you been back to Cuba? Have you returned to Cuba?
No, last time I was there, I was 48, 52, and 55 was the last time.
Roberto and I were talking yesterday about the situation, the problem with the governments of Cuba and America. Do you think it will change? Do you think once Castro dies that we will become friends with Cuba again?
Well, you have to excuse me by this, but one thing I never like to talk to by politics, religion, and nationality. Never, never, never. Because this way, I feel like I'm neutral. Yeah, and I belong to the whole world with the music. And everywhere I go, they ask me, when you coming back? So I had to be careful, very careful with what I say. But I hope everything changes for the best. That yes, that yes.
We hope so too, because there's a lot of great musicians and great people in Cuba. It would be nice if we could share.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, a lot of good musicians, a good generation. They forced to learn how to play music. The new generation. That I know, but by the paper, I read the papers, listen to news on the radio, and I learn I learned that way. 1962, if you look at World Book Encyclopedia, you're going to see my picture there. Now, not too long ago, the United Nations, they sent me a book with my picture there. So I think that says something. Yeah.